Welcome back to Bike Culture Hub. In the ever-evolving world of cruisers, the 2025 Honda Rebel 1100 stands out as a bold statement, a perfect blend of stripped-back custom styling, high-tech performance, and unmistakable Honda reliability. It's not just another Rebel, it's a machine that redefines what a big-bore cruiser can be. When the first Rebel 1100 debuted, it challenged traditional cruiser norms, but this 2025 iteration has gone even further, with sharper design cues, refined electronics, and a ride that strikes a near-perfect balance between comfort, aggression, and rider engagement. Hop onto the saddle, and the first thing you'll notice is how deceptively compact the Rebel 1100 feels despite its muscular presence. The low 27.5-inch seat height welcomes riders of various statures, giving them instant confidence, while the mid-mounted controls ensure a more natural riding triangle that favors both short trips and long hauls. Honda didn't try to outcruise the traditional American manufacturers in their own game, they flipped the script by creating something sleek, lean, and modern, with performance underpinnings borrowed from the sportier side of their engineering playbook. At the heart of the 2025 Honda Rebel 1100 beats the same liquid-cooled, 1,084 cubic centimeters parallel twin engine derived from the Africa Twin, but it's been tweaked and tuned for a different kind of thrill. This isn't about climbing rocks or crossing continents, it's about delivering strong mid-range torque, quick throttle response, and a character that's both flexible and fierce. Producing around 85 horsepower and 72 ft-lbs of torque, the engine delivers more than enough muscle for city sprints or highway stretches. And with its 270-degree crank and throaty exhaust note, the bike oozes character at idle and sings with confidence as you roll on the throttle. One of the standout elements that keeps the Rebel 1100 ahead of the pack is the choice between a 6-speed manual transmission and Honda's advanced DCT dual-clutch transmission. This system has now been refined even further for 2025, with smoother shift logic and a more intuitive feel. Riders who want that traditional, mechanical engagement can go with the manual, while those who love the idea of seamless acceleration, especially in urban traffic or long rides, will fall in love with the DCT variant. With multiple riding modes, including standard, rain, sport, and customizable user settings, you can tailor throttle response, engine braking, and traction control to suit your style or road conditions. What's impressive is how the Rebel 1100 manages to feel both nimble and planted. Thanks to a tubular steel frame and a low center of gravity, it flicks through city traffic with ease yet remains composed when leaned over on twisty backroads. The suspension setup, consisting of 43mm front forks and twin Showa shocks at the rear with piggyback reservoirs, delivers a compliant ride without feeling vague. It absorbs road imperfections well but keeps you connected to the asphalt, a rare balance in this segment. ABS is standard, and the brakes are strong, with a single large front disc clamped by a radial mount 4-piston caliper, providing confident stopping power. The design of the 2025 Rebel 1100 is where the bike truly elevates itself from the crowded cruiser scene. It walks the fine line between modern and retro, keeping the minimalist, blackout aesthetic alive but introducing refined touches like new LED lighting all around, a reshaped fuel tank, and redesigned side panels that hug the frame tighter. There's a sense of purpose in every angle, it looks muscular without being bulky, aggressive without being shouty. The fenders are now slightly shorter and tighter, giving the bike a more custom vibe straight from the factory. Honda also heard the feedback from past Rebel owners and fine-tuned the ergonomics. The handlebars are now a tad wider and angled for better leverage, while the seat uses improved cushioning and slightly more lumbar support. The digital LCD gauge cluster has been updated to include better visibility under sunlight, clearer navigation of settings, and now even supports Bluetooth pairing with Honda's Ride View app, giving you real-time diagnostic data, service reminders, and turn-by-turn navigation on your smartphone. Storage was never a big deal for most Rebel riders, but Honda has now introduced subtle frame-mounted accessory points for panniers and touring accessories. This opens up the Rebel 1100 to a new audience, riders who want style and comfort with a side of practicality. Add the optional rear seat and backrest, and the 1100 becomes a solid weekend two-up cruiser. But even more than specs and features, what defines the 2025 Rebel 1100 is the way it makes you feel when you're riding it. It doesn't just carry you down the road, it becomes a part of your rhythm. The torque hits low, pulling you with urgency from traffic lights, and yet it cruises with serenity at highway speeds. The sound is low and rumbling, never harsh, just enough to remind you that this isn't your average Honda. You lean into corners, and the bike responds like a dance partner, predictable, willing, agile. Another key selling point is how accessible the Rebel 1100 is for a wide range of riders. It's not intimidating, even though it has serious displacement. Whether you're moving up from a 500 cubic centimeters cruiser or stepping sideways from a different genre, the Rebel's balance of power, low seat, and manageable weight makes it easy to approach. And for those who've always admired cruisers but were put off by the traditional bulk or old-school tech, the Rebel 1100 brings something refreshingly modern to the table. For 2025, Honda has introduced 3 new colorways: matte pearl black, deep gunmetal metallic, and a striking candy red. These colors pair beautifully with the bike's blacked-out engine casings, frame, and exhaust components, giving it a factory-custom vibe without the aftermarket hassle. There's also a special edition trim with machine detailing on the wheels, a brushed aluminum fuel cap, and quilted stitching on the seat, small details that elevate the ownership experience. Price-wise, the 2025 Honda Rebel 1100 remains competitively placed, starting at around $10,299 for the manual version and $11,099 for the DCT-equipped model. For everything that it offers, from high-end components and a powerful engine to the modern ride tech and aggressive design, that price feels more than fair. Factor in Honda's reputation for durability and low maintenance costs, and the Rebel 1100 becomes not just a style statement but a smart investment in two-wheeled freedom. And let's talk about community. The Rebel 1100 has sparked a cult following over the years, especially among younger riders who are customizing them into cafe racers, bobbers, and scramblers. Honda has leaned into this, offering an expanded catalog of accessories in 2025, including new exhaust options, low-slung handlebars, different seat styles, and even performance air filters. The bike is a blank canvas, and Honda knows riders want to make it their own. Fuel economy remains solid, especially for a bike of this size and torque output. Expect around 45 miles per gallon in mixed riding conditions, and with its 3.6-gallon tank, you'll get decent range without frequent fuel stops. The 2025 Rebel 1100 isn't about just one thing, it's about how it blends multiple roles into one cohesive machine. It's a cruiser, yes, but it's also a performance bike, a daily rider, and a long-haul companion. Thanks for watching today's in-depth review here on Bike Culture Hub. If you found this breakdown helpful and you're thinking of getting your hands on the 2025 Rebel 1100, drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you prefer the manual or the DCT version? Would you ride it stock or go full custom? Either way, this bike is shaping the future of cruisers, 1 mile at a time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss our latest reviews and insights from the world of two wheels. Ride safe, ride smart, and we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.